Hey, what is going on, everybody? It's Weather with Jonathan here, back again with another weather forecast. I'm very sorry I have not been uploading the past few days. I was on a vacation. I hope you guys have all had a good summer break. And yeah, so let's start talking about the weather. So starting off today, we have a big old enhanced risk for portions of southwestern Missouri and eastern Kansas. You can see right here in the orange shaded area. This is where we could see the potential for some significant damaging winds, maybe an isolated small tornado. Now, it's not going to be like a big tornado outbreak or anything, just a small little isolated tornado risk. And then we do have a big hail risk. So, this enhanced risk um, definitely is going to be significant today. Pay attention if you live in even the dark green risk, because you could still see some severe weather. Because this marginal risk, which is the dark green risk, this risk extends all the way from Kansas all the way up into Canada and portions of Maine. So you gotta be aware of this, because this could be a pretty bad day for portions of the Midwest and the Ohio River Valley. And then we also have that slight risk that extends back from portions of central Kansas all the way up into portions of extreme southern Michigan. Now let's take a look at what severe risks we have today. So for our hail risk, we do have a 15% significant located over eastern Kansas and portions of western Missouri, and then 15% risk for most of the enhanced risk, and then a 5% risk for all the other areas under the slight risk. So now we do have a higher tornado probability. Now the good thing is that the enhanced risk is not driven by a tornado percent. Now it does have a 2%, but that is very low, so we're not expecting any tornadoes for you down there in southern Missouri and eastern Kansas. We're just expecting a big wind and hail event, which is good. But we do have a 5% tornado risk located from about Chicago all the way back through Toledo in Ohio, and then that does extend into southern Michigan and northern Indiana. And then this is our wind risk. This is what's driven the enhanced risk. We do have a 30% significant wind risk, which means we could see some very significant wind gusts in southwestern Missouri and eastern Kansas. And then we also do have a big wind risk for the entire slight risk area, all the way up into Michigan and then all the way up into portions of Canada. And then let's head back over to tomorrow, where we do have another slight risk for portions of the Ohio River Valley. Now, this is actually for a little bit of a different area that we haven't been seeing severe weather a lot lately. So you guys don't let your guard down. You're going to see severe weather this summer in Ohio and West Virginia and Pennsylvania. It may not be often, but you're going to see severe weather. So don't let your guard down, because yes, we do actually have a slight risk today or tomorrow. So that's for portions of western Pennsylvania, Ohio, and extreme northern West Virginia. So this is our hail risk. We do have a 15% hail risk for portions of western Pennsylvania and Ohio and a tiny portion of West Virginia, and then another 5% hail risk that extends from New York all the way up through Nebraska, and then another little hail risk in Iowa, Minnesota, South Dakota, and a tiny portion of Nebraska. And then our tornado risk, we have a very, very tiny chance of a tornado. Now, we do have one, and it's for the entire slight risk area for tomorrow. It's in western Pennsylvania, eastern Ohio, and northern West Virginia. And then we also have a 15% wind risk for that exact area. And guess what? The severe weather does not stop there. We have another slight risk for portions of Kansas and Oklahoma. And this day is actually kind of concerning to me, because this could be another one of those days where we maybe could get an enhanced risk or maybe even a moderate risk. And not long ago, we almost saw a derecho in this area. If you guys remember, we got a moderate risk right here about 2 weeks ago. And I was tracking that the entire time, even though I wasn't here. at my weather spot. Now, this slight risk, it could be big, okay? So please be aware if you're in northern Oklahoma and southern Kansas, because this is looking like another little MCS situation that's going to go all the way down into, let's say, Tennessee. So this could be another one of those MCS situations. And then we also do have an isolated severe risk for the northeast and the mid-Atlantic region. This is only a slight threat, but yeah, so that is good that it's not a slight risk, but just please be aware if you're in Kansas and northern Oklahoma, because this could actually get worse. So I really hope it's not. And this is what we're going to be seeing today. So this is the timing of the storms. So let's start about at 12 p.m. today. We're going to see maybe some small showers in northern Missouri, maybe some showers in Kansas. And then we're also going to see some thunderstorms start to pop up in the south. Now, these don't have much of a severe risk. We could see some isolated little small hail and some gusty winds out of this, but nothing really expected. Then we have this leftover heavy rain blob from our MCS in Iowa. Now, this could actually cause some heavy rain over Michigan, so I would be aware of that. So just take that into consideration. Now, on the southern end of that leftover MCS situation, we're also going to see some supercells pop up, okay? And these are the ones that could produce maybe a few tornadoes in northern Illinois and northern Iowa, Indiana. Now, these storms actually could fizzle out by the time they get to like southern Missouri and northwestern Ohio, okay? So this is what the HRRR is showing. It is showing them fizzling out when they get to northern Indiana, which is good because we do not want a tornado threat, but the tornado threat is there. But let's just hope it is the HRRR is right and we don't see what it's expecting, or we do see what it's expecting, because we really do not want those discrete supercells to produce tornadoes. And then this is about 6 p.m., so we're going to start seeing some supercells pop up along the cold front here in Missouri, eastern Kansas, and a little portion of Illinois. Now these will start becoming more organized, and these will start just expanding, okay? We're going to be seeing a lot of storms in southern Missouri. And then this is around 9 o'clock. And then this is when we head into about midnight here. This is 12 a.m. So we're going to start seeing those big time storms happening in Missouri. And then the rest of the storms will start heading down to the south by about morning hours of the 13th. Also, sorry that just happened. I did not mean to do that. So, the reason this is all happening is because of the jet stream, okay, you guys? And this is all happening not just because of the jet stream, but also because of this ridge that is in place in the west, okay? We're going to be seeing scorching heat down here in the desert southwest and the west. And then we're going to be seeing colder weather in Canada over the Hudson Bay. And this is going to cause a strange weather pattern, okay? Multiple low pressure systems will start to develop in Alberta, Canada, which is north of Montana, and they'll head over along the Canada-U.S. borderline, and this will cause quite a northwesterly flow, okay? And that's where we could have the potential for some significant wind events all along right about here. Now, the biggest wind event / the biggest wind area that we could see, well, okay, sorry, but like the biggest area that has the biggest threat for wind is going to be right here over the western upper Midwest and portions of the central / northern plains. So this could be quite bad, because we could see a derecho. Now this is what it's going to be looking like. Now this is what's concerning, okay? You see that northwesterly flow. Like, this could bring quite a few derechos to this area. And I think it's going to be looking probably the worst, definitely around the 13th, probably through the 14th, and it could be just very bad through next week. So let's just hope a derecho doesn't happen. But like this northwesterly flow, you can clearly see it. You can clearly see the wind barbs going right down to the southeast. And if an MCS situation starts, I will go live and I will give you real time weather alerts for your area, especially for this area. I would really be watching out for derechos in the next couple of days because of this northwesterly flow. And then we're also going to just take a look at the future because there is a lot going on. So you can see here, we're just going to be seeing a lot of moisture across the eastern US, and this could lead to some flooding. And there's a lot of moisture, okay, and that's not good, especially for the tropics, okay, and for flooding. And look what we're seeing on the 20th, okay. Now keep in mind this is just the GFS's idea, okay. This is on the 20th, and keep in mind this is also 200 hours out, okay, but it is showing a little tropical system developing in the eastern Pacific. So this is not expect to make landfall anywhere. This is just supposed to mainly go overseas and fizzle out around the 24th, which is good. But we are going to probably end up seeing a lot of this in the eastern Pacific soon. And the tropics could ramp up because also today we do actually have a 50% risk that a tropical storm could develop. Now, there's a 40% chance in the next 2 days of developing, and then the 50% chance in the next 7 days. Now, I think it may be able to get upgraded to a 60%, but if I think this develops, I do not think it'll become any tropical storm. I just think it'll become maybe a weak tropical depression. Now, this is a look at it right now. You can see it right here. And sorry it did that, but you can see this is Invest 94L. This is what it looks like. It's trying to develop. You can see that swirling of it in the center with the clouds. It's trying to swirl a bunch. And yeah, so this is also a look at the Atlantic right now. Now, I don't know if this is completely loaded or not, but this is basically what it looks like right now. We have a bunch of tropical waves in the eastern Atlantic, and then a bunch in the the eastern Pacific. So now we gotta take a look at what's gonna be happening with our heat in the west, okay? Because we're going to be having absolutely sizzling heat in the west, okay? Now, this is the GFS. We're also going to be seeing some really big time heat in the central plains. That's where we could be seeing temperatures getting near 110 in southwestern Missouri today. We're going to have a lot of daytime heating for those storms. Now, look, this giant heat bubble in the central US, this is not going anywhere. It's just going to expand, and really, by the end of this model run, this entire area of the central and western US is covered in 100 degrees. Okay? So this heat bubble is definitely not going anywhere. So let's take a look at the future. So this is the 14th right here. This is our highs for the 14th. You can notice it's getting a lot warmer for the eastern US. Widespread 100 degrees in Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Louisiana. It's going to get really hot, and then a bunch of 80s and 90s in the southeastern US, while we're seeing probably some thunderstorms. And then you're going to notice in California and Arizona, it's getting really hot, like really, really hot. You see our maximum temperature right down here? Just look in the corner. It's 115 degrees. And guess what? We could even see temperatures close to 130 at the max in Death Valley, which Death Valley is right here. And it gets very, very hot there. And this is the 16th. It just gets worse, okay? Texas is still getting 105 degrees. And now we're getting 120 degrees in Arizona and California. This is just insane, okay? Like, if you're in California and you're in the Central Valley, you're not gonna get 90-degree weather. Like, this is not normal. Like, you're gonna get up to 110. Like, even my grandma, she lives in the Central Valley. She's near Sacramento. She is getting some really hot weather. She's gonna be seeing temperatures near 110 on the 16th. And then it's also gonna get very hot in the Pacific Northwest, some hundreds in this valley right here along the Columbia River. And then we will be seeing some temperatures reaching close to 100 in the Willamette Valley. And then it does not go anywhere. This heat just does not go anywhere. Like, look at the 17th. Like, this is the 16th. Actually, sorry. This is the 16th. 125 in California. Like, this is not going anywhere. In 117th, you guys heard me just a minute ago. It's not really going anywhere. Okay? And look, this is the end of our model run. Let's go to the 23rd of July. Now, in the west, it does cool down a little bit, but California is still getting 100 degrees. And then look at the central U.S., okay? This could be a big heat wave, okay? Now, keep in mind, this is 300 hours out, okay? This does not mean this will happen, okay? There's a very low chance that this actually happens, but if this does end up happening, I promise you I will give you a bunch of updates. And then this is the farthest we can go out to, and it's another 20-degree heat wave for Kansas. So let's just really hope this does not happen, and let's just remember, like, listen, guys, you gotta remember, if you're in this kind of heat, you have to be inside, drink a bunch of cold water, keep yourself cold, turn the AC down. If you don't have AC, that's really unfortunate. Keep yourself cool, drink a lot of cold water, use a lot of ice yourself. If you get sunburnt, use aloe vera and cool yourself down, okay? So this is definitely not good, but I will cover this for you guys and you guys will make it through. So stay safe. And then this is all for the video, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I tried to make it better. I tried to talk more in depth. I hope you guys like it, and I'll see you in the next video. And also, by the way, I will start to upload a lot more, okay? I know you guys like my uploads. You guys need it. So I'm going to try and upload every 3 days, but unfortunately tomorrow I'm going camping for 3 days, so I will not upload until the 16th or the 17th, okay? So stay safe with the heat and the severe weather.